The canvas was prepared with acrylic black, and now I've already put the magic clear all over the painting. So let's get right with it. Maybe I'll run down my palette here for you. We always use soft white on the florals, yellow ochre, cad yellow, permanent red. A lot of these colors you can't tell because they're so dark, like this is phthalo green, violet, and black. So let's mix up a little green here. We don't have to paint the background. We can start right painting into our leaves and our flowers. So let's take about half cad yellow and about half yellow ochre, and then a touch of phthalo green. Easy on the phthalo green. Add it afterwards. Just keep adding it because it can get too dark for you. That's pretty close. Now this would be kind of a light green, and if we want to make it darker, we're going to add black to it. So let's start off with that. And we're going to take our sable brush, our large leaf brush. Let's load right up into this. Now I got clear on here, and there's no other paint but clear with acrylic underneath. So occasionally I may have to dip into my clear. It just depends. To thin it down, maybe I'll do that just a little bit. A little bit of a magic clear there to thin it down a little bit. Look at lots of paint. All right, here we go. Let's have one coming right up out of here. Notice I'm pushing a little heavier at the end. Maybe this one I'll make a little darker by putting a little black in it. And let's have another one coming over here. That's the main stalk for the flower. All right, up on the top, let's start putting some buds. They're a little shaped like this, and we'll come back in and put our color of our flower in there to begin with, or afterwards. And let's do that on this one too. Now I can still paint right over top of that if I need to, like if I'm going to have my flower in there. I'm not looking at any particular flower. I got a painting done of them already, and you probably see that. I'm not going to make it exactly like that. Let's put our base color of our flower in. I'll take a petal brush, and let's start with permanent red and a touch of violet. And we don't want to go just that. Let's get a little more because we got quite a few flowers here. And then of course white, soft white. Now let's have a little more violet. Okay, let's start right here. Let's just put one right here. This is the base color. This one's going to be kind of turned up a little bit. Let's put this one down here. A little bit bigger as they go down the stem. Here again, I'm not trying to paint the exact copy of that painting that you see over there that you've seen to begin with, or I'm just kind of making it up as I go. Maybe a little darker down in here. Look, I can add a little black to it. Get it down here. Let's tip this one down a little bit. Doesn't look like much yet. Let's make these other ones lighter up here. And let's go up here. We'll put these in, then we'll put some more leaves in. Now on the painting that you see, I'm going to make this one a little bit smaller. The other one is a little bigger. By having this black on the background, you get a lot of contrast that way. Let's put one a little darker down in here that goes around the back side there. And we got a main one right here. Let's have this one looking at us a little bit. Okay, with this color in there, let's go right up here on our buds now. And I'm just going to put a little color up there. Just like they're about ready to pop open. Maybe leave that one. Still hasn't shown yet. Okay, on some of our bigger leaves now, let's make a few more stems now. Watch this. Tipping the brush, tip it up like this, so you use this top corner and you can make a real narrow line. This is not necessarily a part of this flower. I'm just putting in some grass and some other things for filler. You can do this with a liner brush a little easier, but maybe today I'll choose to do this. Okay, let's go on to our bigger leaves now. A little more dark, a little more black in our green. Okay, I see a big leaf coming right out of here. Actually, the leaves are pretty rough. They have a rough texture, and they're kind of heart-shaped a little bit at the back side. But they are big leaves. Yeah, maybe one coming down here. I can create a little shadow on that. It was a little bit strong when I first started there on that green. A little bit too light. And while I got this in here, let's make some of let's put some filler in my little flippity dips. You watch this, and then I'll tell you how I do it afterwards. And we'll get into our flower. This would be a nice place for a group of them. Okay, watch that. I'm going to describe this. Notice this here. I'm going to lean away from it. I'm going to redo this one right here. Lean the brush down, lean it the way it's growing, and then rotate it till you get the right angle. It's kind of like using the corner, and then you push it in and twist it. Pull and twist. Pull and twist down towards the stem. If you want to open it up, just do the other side. Let's go over here. Now I got kind of a straight line across here. I really need to raise something up here in the middle a little bit more. Let's extend this one above a little bit. Make a little better composition out of it. And let's come down here on the bottom and do a few down here, and then we'll get onto our flowers. Let's put another big leaf in there. We got something over here that we need to do something with. Okay, on our flowers. Let's start off, let's use our petal brush to begin with anyway. And I'm going back into my mauve mixture here that I had with the black and our permanent red. I'm going to add a little more black to it. And we had, of course, we had violet in it. And I'm going to face the flower a little bit. Give a direction, show which way it's headed. This one here is kind of looking at you, so I'm going to put some of this color in the middle. This one's headed down over this way. Maybe a little color there. Let's head this one out up this way. By doing this, it gives you the shadows and also shows you which direction the flower's headed. Makes it a lot easier to paint. Let's head this one up. Maybe this one's just starting to open. But you need that dark in there. Need dark to show light. This one's tipping down. These strokes in this are very similar to the poppy stroke. It just has a little more ruffled edge. Okay, on our highlight for our flowers, I'm going to use the petal brush. It's pretty easy painting today because we didn't have to paint a background. But you can see a lot of contrast, and if you've looked at a lot of pictures of flowers, you'll notice they put a dark background and it punches it up a little bit more. So we got to use a lot of soft white. Lots of soft white, little touch of yellow ochre, and a little touch of permanent red. I'm putting a lot of paint on this brush. And I'm going to be using the corner. If you want to put a couple of highlights on, like on the bud or something up here, you could do that. That'll punch it up a little bit. Let's have a little more red in it. Okay, let's start on this. Let's start on this main one right here. I'm kind of directing all the strokes right towards the center because we're looking at this one. But I'm also using the corner of the brush. They have a lot of ruffled looking edges. So it's very similar to the stroke on the poppy. These are pretty much single hollyhocks. They come in double, or there'll be just a lot of layers of petals. Use that corner of the brush. Let the paint push off of the end. It gives a ruffled edge look. Using the corner. If I want to define that one from that other petal, I'll put a little more light there, see? Punchy. Let's go up and do this one. I'll do the front first. That may not necessarily be the best way, but it tells me how far it's tipped up. Then I can go back and do the back ones. Now this flower comes in quite a few different colors. Maybe I'll put another layer there. It'll come in creams and pinks, reds, purplish colors. which would be similar to what we got here, like a mauve. And this one's tipped over a little. Is this easy or what? Okay, let's go over on this one over here. It's not quite open yet. This hollyhock is a perennial, meaning that it grows several years. Now that time I painted the backside first. I got that one straight, tipped up a little bit. Let's tip it over this way a little bit more. I can still do that, even though the facing indicated that it was heading up. And you can paint right out into the background. Okay, let's work on this one just a little bit more. Concentrate on making them the ruffled edge a little bit. And you do that by, you do a lot of overlapping strokes, but use the corner of the brush and push up on it a little bit, then vary the stroke. Don't just go right up to it. Come back down a little bit and then come back up, see? And that makes a little curve edge. And that's typical of this flower. Maybe I'll make a double one out of this one, just to show you that you can, all you got to do is to make a double, you just put another petal, row of petals on there, see? So remember, don't hold the brush straight in, you need to use the corner and push it up. Now let's start on this one. Let's start on the back side of this one. The direction of the stroke has to be towards where it's attached to the stem. So important doing in florals. Maybe this one here will look at it a little bit more. Have it looking at you a little bit. That way when I get through I can say, here's looking at you. I'll put that petal back over the top. Okay, I'm going to take a filbert brush, and I'm going to do the centers now. This is soft white and yellow ochre. And it's real simple center in them. Let's go down on this one here. We'll see the center in this one. The rest of them you're not going to see the center in. With this filbert brush, let me take a little bit of our violet and some of our darker flower facing color, and let's go right up underneath here and just pull some color out like this. This one here is pretty well done, but I'll do a little bit more. Let's go back here and put a couple highlights on our buds, and then we're going to come back in and add a little more lighter color leaves, or highlight a couple of the other ones. So let's go back to our sable brush, and let's get a little lighter mixture here by adding white to it. Remember, for the dark we added the black. Let's add white to make it lighter. And let's punch out a couple of these leaves. Maybe where the light's hitting just a little bit stronger. Remember, they're kind of heart-shaped like that. Also, on some of the little ones, let's do the same thing. Give it just a little more punch. Leave some of the dark ones behind there. Add a sprig of lighter ones. You can kind of balance your painting with this color. Let's bring some of it right up here. Like over here would be a good spot for a little lighter color. Put other leaves right on top of other leaves. Up in the top here would be another thing that we could do, is put a little bit of this light color up here. Now we got repetition right here, and I'm going to break it up by pulling this one across this one. And then it breaks up that repetition. Okay, another thing, with this light color, let's take a liner brush. Let's thin some of this light color down, and we're going to put in some grass. Needs to be nice and runny. Hold the brush straight in. Needs to be wet. Don't be afraid to go over a flower or two. These hollyhocks grow up to 6 feet tall. So you can see we just cut off part of the stem, and we got it ranged here in a kind of a spray. little pigtail in there. That's kind of a nice thing, but just don't overdo it. Now here I got what I got here. Look at, I got a V that points into the arrangement. It would be better if something was coming out of there to create a little more roundness to it. Let's just add a little more grass. Make the base a little wider here. I could have brought these stems clear off of the picture, but it doesn't matter. Another thing I could do is, in some of the greens, is go into some of the flower color. And let's do that. Let's go right up here and pull some of this color. It's just a little bit stronger, stronger than the flower color. Even down here in the bottom, let's add a little down here. Make them a little bit smaller. Bring that color around a little bit. Balance your painting. And let me show you how to sign. Take some flower color. Generally it's best if you use a color that's related to the flower. Lay your palette down. Even steady yourself a little bit. Most of the weight's over there, I'll sign it over here. Thin the paint down. It's easier to print. I hope you had a great time. I really had a great time showing you. Thanks a lot for tuning me in today. Goodbye.